Like a Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue was just painted on you.
I'm okay with that.
You won't
T's
do that
helping
tomorrow.
us power a little CTM seg today. And our guest, Will Leach, is going to join us soon. So let's get right to Jorge Soler. 3 years, $42 million. Was it worth the wait for both sides?
I mean, I thought he would get a little bit more. He did
Really?
turn down $13 million option. So, I mean, he was projected. I don't know what Kratz's projections were, but I saw 345, 348 around there. So 342, I mean, it seems like a fair deal, multi-year deal for the guy who's hit 30 and 40 homers the last couple of years. He's got a chance to be the first Giant since Barry Bonds to hit 30 homers in a season in 2004, the year I played there 20 years ago. I mean, that's the stat to me. There hasn't been a Giant hit 30 homers since 2004.
30.
30, not like
50.
40 or 50. 30. That's ridiculous. Shows you what that ballpark does to people other than Barry Bonds. But, I mean, I hope he goes there and does well. I mean, this dude hits absolute tank jobs.
And he can handle Oracle Park because that's really what he's talking about. You're a right-handed hitter at Oracle Park. Good luck getting 30, but this dude can hit the ball as far as anyone in the bigs.
If somebody can do it, it's Jorge. And I had him at 4 years, $62 million. So I was off very close on my years. I think I had 15 and a half, but he got 14 per year. This is not the superstar they're looking for, but can do superstar types of things. When you get a guy that can come up and change the dynamic of a game with one swing, that's what they've been lacking. I just hope they don't take his 908 OPS against lefties and his 789 OPS against righties and say, well, we're going to make sure, it's not going to be a straight platoon, but we're going to make sure we mostly play you against lefties. For $14 million, I don't think they're going to do that, but I've seen them do it to better players.
They did to Jock Peterson, and he was on a qualifying offer.
I know. I'm just saying. I just hope they don't do it. There's a stark. I mean, 789 against righties for his career is not bad, but
I mean, he's going to play every day.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing.
Let's also not forget who's gone. Gabe Kapler.
So you think it had more to do with Gabe than the front office?
I think Gabe and Farhan together, and now Bob Melvin is not really. I mean, he is, but he's not really a platoon guy like what Gabe was. I'm glad Susan was told that because I don't know how else she would have found out.
That's what she was told.
I know, but how else would she have found out?
I don't know, read it somewhere.
Oh.
She broke the story. Great job by Susan Slusser. First-time All-Star last year. You don't sit him. You sit when you do want to sit him, though. If he sits 5 to 7 games, if he has a totally healthy season, you sit him. This guy against the right side. You pick and choose those spots.
If you're facing, maybe a Yamamoto right side guy after day game after night game, you're facing Yu Darvish day game, something like that. Yeah, I can see that. But this dude, when he gets hot, he might be the hottest guy in the world because when he gets hot, nobody hits he'll go 10 homers in 7 games hot. And then he'll go 14 games at no homers. And then again, he'll have a 7 homer in 5 games. So it is spurty. But listen, when he gets hot, like we saw in the World Series in 21 with the Braves, that ball he hit off the Astros has never landed. Bobby Dynamite's still looking for it on the train up there.
Hell yeah. World Series MVP back then. I mean, the Braves don't win the World Series without Jorge Soler. And I know some people in the chat are asking about hiding him in the outfield. I know how to hide him in the outfield. Don't play him out there. That's a big-ass outfield. No,
they're fine in the outfield. This is strictly DH. That's why I kind of like it for the Giants that they only had to pay $14 a year. For a DH that has potential to hit 30 pumps, what do you think? If you set it at 30 and a half, do you think he goes over this year?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say 35.
If he's healthy,
yes. I mean.
He's had a lot of success.
37.
He's had a lot of success at Oracle. Not a lot of dingers, though. Obviously, this one was hit to the moon. Good night.
I feel like he'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out. That's where I want to see him play his 13 games when he goes to Colorado. He just
calls it Candyland. Coors Field. But don't put him in the outfield.
You don't have to.
Do you even put him 5 to 10 times out there or zero? Because
who's their
also
starting
I want him for it's a 3-year deal.
Who's
He's
the Giants
31 years old.
starting outfield?
I want him healthy and playing DH every day for the next 3 years. I don't want him out there.
Yaz,
Period.
Who, and
Conforto?
Fine.
They don't, and they also have Lamont Wade doesn't play out there, but he came up as an outfielder.
Yeah. I mean, they got Sable, Slater, Matos, Lee Yastrzemski, Tyler Fitzgerald, Hopkins,
Dude,
Conforto.
they have plenty.
Wilmer Flores, J.D. Davis.
He shouldn't play a lick ever.
Slater will give guys off. He'll give Conforto some time off if he needs to get off his feet. But Conforto.
So then what do you do with Wilmer Flores? Because he's kind of a DH now. He didn't really play the infield, does he?
And they platoon him too.
Yeah,
he can play.
I guess
a
he'd
little
be a
bit
first baseman. J.D. Davis. What do you do with him?
Platoon. Those are platoon guys.
Yeah, but you got to platoon him with somebody. Yaz?
Third base.
Conforto?
Are they going to play third base? JD will be starting at third base.
Play third against
JD
left.
and Wilmer can platoon, no?
I mean,
Lamont had a good year last year.
He did.
Wilmer did have a great year.
You just can't expect. You can't expect. Like, even if they would have gone out and gotten Bellinger, and I'm not saying they can't still go get him. Roster's kind of filling up, but you can't expect a guy to go out and give you so much offense in San Francisco because we just don't get that. So that's why you don't get that in San Francisco. That's why I love the pitching additions that they've made. Now they might have to wait till the All-Star break for some of them to come back, but I think that's how you build your team. And they added great defense in center field with Lee.
Some people are like, maybe you can hide him, in the outfield on a road game. Nah.
I mean, unless there's a ton of injuries. In Colorado. No, he's a DH.
Unless there's a ton of injuries. I think full-time DH, and my guess is he's not one of those guys that's saying, I have to play in the field. You know how there's some guys that either say, I don't feel right, or I got to mix in some outfield time. Eloy Jimenez has said that for years, and no offense to Eloy, but I want him on the field. I want him DHing all year long for the White Sox. I'd rather have the bat on the field. It's not like he's bringing you, him and Soler, they're bringing you negative defense.
Mm-hmm.
And you want them on the field, and they're big-ass dudes. I just want them DHing.
Who would you rather have, Reese or Soler?
Soler, for this situation.
Yeah, Reese can play first, too.
I'm just saying,
this situation,
two guys that got kind of are 30-homer guys, 100 stakes.
Mm-hmm.
And for DH, I want Soler because Reese can play first. He's not all he's above average at first. So I mean, I'll take Reese because what did Reese get? He got a little bit more. He got 234, right? So he got a little more cash.
Yep. And opt out.
More per year, but less overall. Yes.
Yeah, but he also got an opt out where he can prove he's healthy and then come back for seconds. So I mean, it just depends on who you're at. But I mean, they're similar players in the fact that they both can get really hot and they both can get really cold for a while. Just hopefully they time it right when they're hot. And but listen, good for Soler. He got 3 years, $42 million. Now I can turn that down in a tough division, some tough pitching. But hey, good luck to the Giants.
One more signing for the Giants has to come.
Who? Chapman?
Nope.
Snell?
Yep.
Snell. Yes.
That's my lock. Can I have a lock? Can I have a lock this early? Do we have our cash yet in our accounts for?
Can we have a lock? I mean, it's February 13th, for God's sake.
Yeah, I've been talking
spring
about
training's already started for a lot of teams.
Wait, he's stealing my lock. Isn't this my lock?
Both can't have the same lock.
Did you lock it in?
Like I locked that in. I locked that in November. No?
Did you?
We talked about it yesterday. Remember? I said
I don't listen to what you say.
That's fine. I'll get a different.
You can have it, Kratz. I can figure out a different.
No,
lock.
it's yours. Whatever.
My lock is Cody Bellinger is going to play this year. That's my lock.
That's a good lock. My thing with Soler is if I'm San Francisco, and I do want to find that legit power threat in San Francisco, and obviously on the road, not as difficult. This is the guy, right? This is the guy who can tackle this ballpark.
100%. You need a bop.
Until they trade for Pete Alonso halfway through the season, because David Stearns came out and said most likely he's not re-signing it or signing an extension.
He said that on FT before that.
He did?
Yeah. Well,
you asked him.
I know, but I thought he more dodged that question.
Yeah, it's the Aaron Judge treatment. Hey, let's let him fill out the market.
Yeah, and then you got to pay way more.
Well, not necessarily.
No.
But you don't know what's going on. I mean, you know how Boris operates. He might be talking to him right now saying, yeah, it's 250. And then Stearns might be like, cool, we'll let him get to the market and we'll pay him 175. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could be going down.
That's what Stearns said in the press conference. He was like, this is just generally how it goes with Boris clients. He actually said Boris's name, and he was like, doesn't mean he's not a Met right now. Like, so he might be the biggest name on the trade block this year.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see him trading him.
I don't think they're going to trade him.
Because if you trade him, he doesn't come back. Yeah. And if you want him back, you don't trade him.
Yep, agreed.
Because nobody ever goes back after getting traded except Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah,
and there's a billion other examples.
They thought Rizzo was going to do it. They thought Lester Bryant might do it. John Lester. There's a whole bunch of guys they thought, they might come back. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but Cohen's got all that cash.
I mean, you tell me the Cubs didn't have all that cash after they won that World Series? They got the Ricketts family has a ton of cash.
No,
you don't
they
think
didn't
the
want
Ricketts
to pay. They already
aren't
won the
making
World
any
Series.
money?
He wants one uniform for life, Pete.
Yeah.
I feel like he's staying there. Anyway, Teasa's the spot, teasaenergy.com. You know the code, FOUL. No nicotine, no tobacco. Use that discount code for 20% off your first order at teasaenergy.com.
How about our guy, Larry the Cable Guy, had a Teasa in yesterday?
You did. Yeah.